What's going on, guys? So today we're going to do another subscriber request. I've had a few subscribers request for a Feudal Japan deck. So that's what we're going to do today. Here's the deck I've come up with, and we'll go ahead and showcase it today. Starting out, we've got Oda Nobunaga. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. But pretty big hitter, 6 energy, 110 power. And it's a real big energy week, so we're not going to really notice this -3 energy. Sometimes we'll get the -3, and honestly, it literally does absolutely no harm to us whatsoever. So that's always good. We've included Brothers Grimm. Reason being, where's the card? There's a card in here somewhere that wants at least one of the right stuff. And it is, if I can find it, here it is. So this card here says if your deck has at least one of the right stuff cards, your Feudal Japan cards, wherever they are, gain 15 power for 3 turns. So because of that card, we tossed in Brothers Grimm. And this card is going to be our game finishing card. Earlier today, I actually played a game where it looked like I was probably going to lose. I think in the last round, I was down like 300 points or power and ended up dropping like almost 900 power on the last turn with this Brothers Grimm and took the game. So it was pretty neat. So definitely going to be our finishing card. We've got Yazuki. When played, the first card we showcased here, Oda. Wherever it is, gains +30 until played. And then our rare and epic Feudal Japan cards gain +26 until played. So because of this, we included quite a few rare and epic. So you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. So nice little buff there. 26 times 6. That's quite a bit of power. So I like that card. Almost a must-have in a Feudal Japan deck. I don't think you could really build a viable deck without this card. And you probably could, but it's definitely like a key card in the deck. Next up, we have Alexander Hamilton. I really like this card just because it's a 1 energy card, and you are getting a lot for it. So if you include 1 stage and screen and 1 musically minded, that's 18 power on all of our history cards. And that's just for 1 energy. So you can see that's a lot of power we're going to get in this deck. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 13 of our cards possibly are going to get 18 power. And that's just for 1 energy. So really tough to beat that. I mean, obviously it's a high energy week, so it's not as crucial that it's a cheap card. But if it's a low energy week, this card is clutch. Next up, Marco Polo. When returned, if you won the turn, your history cards, wherever they are, gain +15 power until played. And then if you lost the turn, your arts and culture cards gain +15. So obviously we want to try to hit it with history. We need to try to play that down when we're almost certain we can win. Play it down with Bonnie and Clyde, maybe Jet Car or Ponzi. And that's the time to play it. We get the big buff, and we should hopefully win the turn. Bonnie and Clyde. When drawn, all cards in your opponent's hand lose 4 permanently. This card gains +20 permanently. And if we're losing the round, we're going to repeat that. So, good card there. Charles Ponzi is going to be kind of acting as our door to hell. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's fine because it is a big energy week. So, your cards in hand are going to gain that +40 essentially. It says 50, but they're going to immediately lose 10. So, really, you're only gaining 40. Next up, we've got Jet Car. When played, the cards adjacent get +80 on the turn, and then you're going to lose 40 for the next 3 turns. So really good finishing card there. We like to get that down on the very last turn of the game, hopefully with Brothers Grimm. That's how we put down that big power. Next up, we've got the Gun, which says when played, the card opposite's going to lose 100 power on the turn. So we added that card primarily for Alexander Hamilton. So that is our stage and screen card. We've got Dark Web. So I feel like you almost have to have a card like Dark Web in your deck nowadays to stand a chance. So that's why I have it. I'm either running Bobbit Worm, Dark Web, or something like Cyborg / Statue of Liberty to get the buffs I need on my cards. So Dark Web it is on this game here, or this deck. Next up, we have the Ninja, part of our Feudal Japan package. And again, I chose it because, number one, it's an epic. So we're going to get the buff from Yusuke. And it's over 50 base power, so we're going to get the buff from Dark Web. So that's what I looked for. I looked for the more expensive, higher powered Feudal Japan cards so we can get that buff from Web. And obviously I tried to pick as many of the rares and epics that fell into that category as I could so I can take maximum advantage off of both those cards. Next up we have... Oh, and Ninja also combos with Shuriken. Just to note, this card is going to buff Ninja 45 on the turn. So typically you want to try to play those with each other for the little combo. We have Tomo Gozen. Your Feudal Japan cards, wherever they are, gain plus 10 until played. Again, a nice epic that's going to combo well with Yuzuki. We have Ishida. He says, when drawn, your cards in hand cost -1 until played. And then when returned, this is going to lose that 20 permanently. But it is the 60 base power, so you're not going to notice it with Dark Web. Next, we have Dorian Mode. This is kind of my spicy card of the deck. Didn't need to pick this one. There was a couple other options, but I felt like just for, shock and awe, we'd play something a little different. So this card says has a potential to help our opponent out. So give 6 cards in either player's hands plus 8 permanently. So it is a permanent buff, which is kind of neat. So could go either way. We'll see. That's the fun part of the game. I like to spice it up a little bit and play weird cards. Next up, we have Komodo Castle. When played, your opponent's cards lose 18 this turn. So, again, nice Dark Web trigger, and it's going to ding our opponent on the turn. So, could be a good one to play with Marco Polo. So, since our opponent's going to be losing quite a bit of power there, gives us a better chance to win, get the Marco Polo buff. Next up, we have Toyotomi. He says, when returned, your opponent's cards, wherever they are, lose 5 this round. So, I'm going to try to get that down on turn 1. Take full advantage of that on the round effect. We already talked about this card. Basically gives plus 15 for 3 turns. And we talked about Shuriken. So that's the deck, guys. Let's go check her out. You saw I titled it The Foot Clan. So hopefully some of you know the reference there. If you do, leave a comment. Let me know what the reference is. And here we go. Let's go see if we can win some games today. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. I always hate losing, in these when I'm shooting a video, but I'll show it anyway. I don't care. We show our losses too. But as always, if you guys do enjoy our content, please smash that like button. Helps the channel, and hit that subscribe button down in the bottom right for me, guys. Definitely, this channel's getting pretty big. We're almost at 200 subscribers, so that'll be really neat when I hit that basically goal I got for myself. Here we go. We just got our Dark Web trigger, and our Dorian looks like it helped them more than it did us. So that's all right. That's the fun part. So we're definitely going to get Yuzuki down. And what else do we want to play here? Let's get our buff down. All right, looks like up against the Seabirds deck. All right, a little bit behind off the rip. We should be okay. This deck takes a little bit, not a lot, just maybe a couple turns to really get going, start shining real good, but that's going to help that Alexander for sure. Once we play this card, we're going to get another buff as well. I'm actually going to get Alexander down over here. And what else do I want to do? Let's go for it. Let's go for the big dog. All right, another good turn from our opponent there. Just keeping up with us. I think we just took the lead back. So, my luck, I'll draw Bonnie and Clyde now. Now that I'm losing, or winning, I mean. That's how these things go. We hurt his penguin there by winning the round. You can see these cards getting big really quickly. Already got a couple big hitters. I think I'm going to hold this since it's for the round. I want to play that next turn. Let's go ahead and knock one of his cards out. And then I'm going to hope we can win with Marco Polo here. 260 is not a lot, though, but we are knocking a card down, so let's see. It should be enough. So we are going to get our buff, I think. And we won the round, which is always good. We like winning. All right, there's our Marco Polo, plus 15 on all, I think it was 13 history cards. So that's good. It's quite a bit of power. So you can see I've added several cards in this deck, just buffing our cards up. That's what we like to do around here. We like those big buffs. Oh, let's see. We want to get this one down. Let's go ahead and get Jet Car down as well. Start putting some big power down already. So looking good already. Looking real strong. Wait, we are going to get hit back with that minus 40, though. Should be drawing our fairy tale here in a minute. Oh, maybe not. Did draw our Shuriken Ninja combo, though, so we might just play that. Do we want to play that now? Yeah, we got a pretty good lead. We don't need to play our big hitters just yet, I don't think. Yeah, we can go ahead and do it like this. All right. Still a really nice lead here. Don't think he's going to be able to come back from this. Here's our Dark Web, so we want to get it back cycling. So far left means we're going to draw it as soon as possible. So we draw our cards back. For those that don't know, we do draw our cards back left to right. So these cards don't shuffle up when they go back in your discard pile. You will draw them back in the order you play them. So keep that in mind. So looking at this setup, we will next time we get cards, we will draw Dark Web, then Dorian Mode, and then Brothers Grimm. So just keep it in mind, guys. It's always good to know that because you can plan for your upcoming turns based on where you place your cards. So it can be important to draw cards like specifically that need to play on turn 1 of a round so you can get the max benefit off of it. Only playing 2 cards, so I'm probably going to hold that. I'm going to do it like that instead. Alright, off to a lead again. I'm surprised he only played 2 cards there. Interesting. All right, we're going to go for broke here. I want to hit Marco Polo, so I'm going to drop these big dogs here so we can hopefully get this trigger. This deck's hitting really hard already, I feel like. We ain't even close to the end. Well, we are. I don't think he's going to win this round, but if we went 5 rounds, especially since the next 2 are history, I think he'd be in a world of pain. Yeah, that should be good. I think it's going to be game right there, guys. Yeah. Didn't think he can come back from that kind of big power swing this early. Maybe round 5, but too early, I think, at this point. But that's the deck, guys. So you can see it does some pretty big power pretty early. That was so quick. I think we'll do one more. So let's go play again, see if it was just a fluke or if we really did make a halfway decent Feudal Japan deck. I didn't think it was possible that I could do that. The whole time I was making it, I'm like, it's going to suck. It's going to suck. But here we are, putting down some halfway decent power. Sometimes I even surprise myself. Well, yeah, definitely if you guys have some more decks in mind, my list is starting to get a little bit smaller the more of these I'm knocking out for everybody. So definitely check out my older videos so you can see if I have made a deck. Because I am getting a lot of people asking for decks that I've already done kind of showcases on. So just check them out. Like, look through some of my older videos. You might spot one you're already looking for. Because I probably have like 60 videos now, I'd say, of different decks. So there's quite a bit of choices in there. So might already possibly have one. Ooh, cool deck we're playing. I love my Superstructures deck I made. That deck is probably one of my favorites, to be honest. I don't know why, but I just feel like because you never see it, that it's super fun to play. And then you win with it, and you just feel so proud that you won with such a weird deck that nobody else plays with. But here we are playing this. I think it's the first time I've actually played against it. It's always cool to see people playing some unique, fun decks, you know? See, that is a cool deck. I like decks like that. Look at that. You just got all kinds of different stuff in there. Sydney Opera House. Getting that Sistine Chapel buff. Look at that. Spicy. There's that dark web we've been looking for. Love to get that as early as possible. Going to go ahead and get our ninja combo back in there. All right, I think we got this. It's on to round 2. We're going to have a nice chance of winning round 2, the History Arena. It's a good week for this deck with the double histories. Definitely a lot of opportunity. So see if you guys see this, your opponent's cards wherever they are lose 5 this round. So playing this turn 1, you get the max benefit, and then also, like I said before, playing it in slot 3 right here is going to ensure that round 4, turn 1, I draw that card. So keep that in mind. That's like the stay slot, I call it. That basically whatever, it's going to mirror that next, not the next round, but the round following. So you're going to get, basically that's going to be the first card you draw back now on that 4th round. So watch for it, guys. Just wait for that round 4. See if I draw that card back on my turn 1. You should see it as long as I keep playing 3 cards. If we even make it to round 4. We might not even make it there. Here's to hoping. Alright, we need to win this. Come on, big money, big money. There we go. Get our Marco Polo trigger. That's what we like to see. A little bit behind. Let's see if we can come back with this jet car here. be a nice 500 power swing. So, yep, that should be enough. Oh, 600 power. My math is bad. Bad maths for an engineer, guys. And I build bridges. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Actually, my job site, it's kind of cool, was actually just, there was a big article, well, not a big article, but there was an article done on it for FDOT's website. Somebody, I don't know, well, it might not have been their website, but it was somebody with FDOT did an article with my job on it. I thought that was kind of cool. So I was like, man, my job's finally in the news. It's like never in the news. Never hear anything about my job unless we're digging up bones from ancient burial sites of some sort. So if anybody heard about that, my project is the one that hit a burial site from our pit, and we dug up we thought were cold case murders, but ended up being old, basically an old cemetery that was like lost over time. So it's really neat, but unfortunate for those bodies that got hauled around on my job site, essentially. Not our fault, though. It was a third-party pit who we got our material from. They didn't. They had no knowledge of a previous cemetery / church being on the property, so it's very unfortunate. But yeah, bones in MSC walls, guys. We had to get an archaeologist team out on the site, and they were literally like sifting through all this material that we had. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen those big basically square panels that they build for up to the bridges, but those are filled with dirt, and there's straps that run through to kind of hold those panels up. But everything in there is compacted with material, and yeah, that basically we had to dig all that dirt out of there looking for these bones. It's crazy. Had an archaeologist team on site sifting through. But got to get them back where they belong, so would suck to be lost in basically a wall somewhere, you know, scattered all about. But all right, guys, enough of that. So that's the deck, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the Brothers Grimm ending. I always love showing that one off with the final turn and getting the insane power down with Jet Car, Brothers Grimm, and maybe one of them big 200, 300 power cards. You guys could have saw maybe like an 800, 900 power swing, but didn't happen, unfortunately. But it can. Like I said, I did it earlier with the same deck, so definitely can have some nasty swings at the end. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, enjoyed the content, and again, smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button, bottom right corner. We're trying to get to 200 subs. So every one of them helps, guys. If you guys haven't hit that button yet, please do. Please do. And I will keep making content for you. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.